Hello, and welcome to this video series on prayer. I want to talk to you today about one of my favorite forms of prayer, at least one of the forms that has been the most powerful in my life, and that is journaling. Now, journaling as a spiritual exercise is different from creative writing. What our goal here is simply to let whatever's inside flow out, to speak to God, but let the words emerge on the page as opposed to through our voices. I want to give you some guidelines to consider as you begin journaling and then offer you a warning. First of all, let me just say, I think this is a really important aspect of prayer that opens up things in your spiritual life that may otherwise stay closed. And that all begins with a consistency. Anytime that you begin a new spiritual practice, you'll need to commit some period of time to it. It takes a while to get into the rhythm of any spiritual practice, and journaling is no different. So I would suggest commit to 2 weeks. Commit that every day at around the same time, you're going to sit and write. You're going to journal and express to God, reflecting on your life, what you're thinking and feeling. It's really just an offering of self and saying, this is who I am. This is what I'm experiencing. This is what I think. These are my fears. Here are my questions. Here's my thoughts. And for the daily experience of 2 weeks to get into that rhythm, and trust me, it will take you a little while to get into that rhythm. Even those of us who write every day, this is a different style of writing because you're not writing for someone else. It's just that the words, you're just allowing the words to erupt onto the page. It's a little tacky to say this way, but Annette and I, my wife and I, talk about this all the time in terms of you just vomit onto the page. It's just whatever's inside comes out. And that means it's not always neat and pretty or sound right. It's not about searching for the right word. It's more about getting the thoughts out as quickly as you can. And that's the first suggestion. Make sure that you're writing whatever comes up. As you begin this process, the first several days, as you sit down to write, you may end up writing, I have no idea what to write. I want to offer to you, God, this prayer, but I'm not sure even what that looks like. So let me think about, these are the words that are honestly you're going through. Now, my suggestion is if you just keep writing in that form, being honest, I don't know what to write to you, God. You'll be shocked at how within 2 or 3 minutes, you are writing something of significance, that you are saying, God, I never have liked prayer. Prayer always just seems so difficult to me, but I want to draw closer to you. You'll find yourself if you just let yourself go, and that's the hard part, to be quite frank. We are so used to self-editing, how we speak, even speaking to God. To journal means to just erupt onto the page, and I think you'll find it a very rewarding experience. When you say journal, really it's reflecting on your journey, so that's a good way to think about a prompt as you begin writing. Past, present, future. For some of us, that's a very helpful one for me. What are you thinking about recently about your past? Write about it. Write out the experiences. What do you remember? Significant moments in your life. Write those out. How are you feeling in this moment now? Past, present, and then the future. What are your fears? What are your longings? What are you looking forward to? What do you think about eventually you're going to die. Write about that. There are all sorts of writing prompts that you can easily find on the internet for journaling. Things like, what do you love about your life? When do you feel close to God? When do you feel far away from God? What inspires you? Who inspires you? What do you fear? Those can all be wonderful prompts as you begin. And you will find, just as we all do, a certain rhythm. I don't need a prompt anymore. It's just an explosion on the page of, this is what I'm feeling. This is what I'm thinking about. But here's the warning I want to give you. You will be surprised, most of us are, at the honest statements you will make, and you'll see yourself writing a statement that's painfully honest, and it's something that you're even embarrassed about. or shocked at, how angry. You'll get in touch with feelings, whether it's anger or joy, and you'll see yourself writing things that you think, oh, no, I'm not even sure I want to write that down. Please do not self-edit. Be honest. God already knows. So let this be a time of growth and self-discovery, and approach it with honesty. Most people hold on to what they've written so that they can look at it later. And it is important and fascinating to read what you've written. And if you do this for any length of time, for 2 or 3 months, you'll see how much, in that journaling, you'll see how much you've grown. So I know that others are giving you examples, but I don't think me sitting here and just writing out is going to be very exciting. So I'm not going to give you an example of journaling, because I think you understand it. Just express yourself. Don't edit. Share with God who you really are. It's a wonderful form of prayer, and I encourage you in it.